Yes, guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the weekend preview show with myself, AGT. I'm back in the building after 10 days. Have you missed me?
Yes, we have.
Big time.
Big time.
I thought you were going to say
Well, I did.
Welcome home.
It'll be nice.
Thank you, mate. I'm back in the hot seat.
Nice
It's
for
good
the
to be
stream,
back.
lad.
It's very good to be back. Had a good time in Hong Kong. I'm sure we'll catch up about that later. But joining me, to my left, the one and only, Doyle. How are we, fella?
Two Liverpool fans on the same panel. Is that legal?
I think we're going to have to make a little pact.
Is that okay to have two
Man
Liverpool fans?
Chelsea just like each other?
Not usually, but there's two Liverpool fans on the panel. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
Is that really allowed?
Lesser evils.
At the
type
top,
of
it's
thing.
just us, isn't it?
It is, unfortunately.
Arsenal must be
also,
playing.
sporting the new Manchester United away kit. I thought it was his pyjamas. It's Dylan.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's a nice looking kit, lad.
I like it.
I
I
saw
actually really like it. I like it's nice and calm. Although I think the pink doesn't quite come out properly on the camera.
Apple.
Or
Is it
purple.
pink?
Purple,
Purple.
pink.
I do prefer
Lilac.
your actual badge, though. I think. I prefer,
the Devil Club.
I prefer your badge, yeah.
Embroidery as well. Embroidery's always the best, lad.
Yeah. No, I like. It's quite minimal. It's quite nice.
Okay. And joining me to my right, wearing the vintage Robin t-shirt, it's Matisse.
Thank you. Woo! Thank you, brothers. It's good to be here again. Yeah, man.
I feel like I haven't seen you for ages,
It's been a while, man. Hong Kong, I seen you uploading all the images, watching the training ground from the swimming pool, all sorts of
Yeah,
madness,
boy.
just enjoying life, innit?
Just enjoying
Welcome
life.
back to the wonderful skies of London.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's
Raining.
great to be back. It really is great. What are we talking about in today's show, I hear you ask? Well,
Football, probably.
Chelsea are closing in, aren't they, on Gerald Hatto for 37 million. What a signing that is, by the way. And Benjamin Sesko allegedly prioritises Manchester United as his destination. And, of course, the ongoing saga of Alexander Isak to Liverpool carries on. Also, right now, Arsenal and Tottenham have just kicked off in the Kai Tak Sports Arena, a stadium I was in myself last week in Hong Kong. It's the first ever North London derby to be played outside of England, guys. We're going to speak about that as well. And, of course, get your super chats in, get your chats in as well, and we'll answer any questions that you guys have got. Smash that like button as well. We've just put a poll up. Have you liked the video? The two options are yes and yes. So yes, make sure you smash that like button on this video. First of all, let's start off then with Chelsea closing in on Gerald Hatto, a player who has been linked to Liverpool. He's been linked to a lot of the top teams in Europe. They're close to finalising the deal. The youngster has been given the green light to travel and complete his medical after that £37 million fee was agreed. I mean, you tell us about this one, because it's a kind of signing that most teams were in for. Arsenal wanted him, Liverpool wanted him. Versatile, left-footed youngster. Came through the academy at Ajax. It's one of the best academies to come through.
Yeah.
Can play left centre-back, can play left-back as well.
Yeah.
This is a great signing for Chelsea, is it not?
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Obviously, the kid's highly regarded. He's 19 years old and he's played so much football. He's over 100 games he's played. And we needed, for me, this is probably one of the most important signings of the window for us, actually. Probably top two, just purely because we needed a left back. We don't have an option other than Cucurella over there. We've played Gusto over there. We've played Achampong over there. I don't really like seeing the right footers on the left back position unless it's Aspilicueta in a title winning season. Do you know what I mean? So I needed a left back. And he is someone that I feel like he's got high potential, but he's not being rushed in. Do you know what I mean? He's a kid still, and he's now coming into a situation where he's got someone who's in peak form, peak prime performance in Cucurella to kind of have in front of him to play those key games, to maybe kind of shadow him, and then he comes in for those other matches where we need him. And yeah, I'm excited about how he fits tactically, because I don't know how we're gonna use him going forward, if we're going to let him underlap, if he's going to come inside. I know he's a good ball carrier, he's good in possession, he's a good passer. And in the back three as well, if we do switch to that, I'm much more happier with him as a wide defender than I am, say, Levi Colwell or Badiashile, who I just want to have in the middle. So there's so many different things, there's layers to it that will just improve the team tenfold. I'm sure he's going to be rash. We had Rudiger, he was rash at the beginning, he made mistakes. Cucurella, ball watching, made mistakes. These aggressive kind of touch tight counter pressing defenders, they make mistakes. So I'm expecting some faults, but it's a brilliant signing, man. And especially for that price,
Cheap.
It's really good.
Euros or pounds?
Pounds, 37, yeah, 37 pounds. I'm kind of surprised. Fair play to the directors. I do criticize them a lot, but they've done a real shrewd deal here in terms of the price. And yeah, man, I'm buzzing, man. He's got so much upside. He's got so much experience. Played in the Dutch national team as well. He's got I think 11 caps or something. So, man, I'm buzzing, man.
Super dynamic.
He's got time as well, because you say you've got Cucurella up there.
Yeah.
Means Hato doesn't need to come in at 19 years old and start playing week in, week out at Chelsea at left back. He's got time. Cucurella is going to be number one still for you, at least to begin with.
Yep.
So we can slowly bed into the league. It's something that I think me and Alex touched on a while ago about Chelsea having enough options now that anyone who joins will have time to bed in, understand the league, especially if they're coming from a foreign league, and then slowly make their way into potentially being a squad or starting 11 player.
Yeah, it was David Ornstein who tweeted last night that Chelsea have reached a total agreement with Ajax to sign Jorrel Hato, subject to the Ajax Supervisory Board approval. Never heard that before. The fee is above 40 million euros, though. There is a sell-on clause there as well. 19-year-old defender is on his way to London for the medical. The deal is one of them Suge Knight contracts again. It's
8 years
2032 is the deal there that's on the table. Doyle, when you look at this, knowing that Liverpool were all over this fella and they wanted to bring him in, do you think that's maybe one that slipped through the net for Liverpool?
Without a shadow of a doubt, we've been linked with him for about 2 years, and we have got a massive weakness at centre-back. We need somebody that can be dynamic enough to play in a back three, or somebody that can slot into the left-back position when we need him. But it's one of them. I guess we've missed out on him. We're going to have to look for another target. It would have been a great replacement for somebody like Gerald Quansah. Do you really want to let a youngster go to buy another youngster for the same price? Feels counterintuitive. So I don't know what the board's thinking about, what we're going to do for centre-backs, but it's a great buy for them. And he's super dynamic, lad. You can literally play him in so many different positions that inevitably Reece James is going to get injured this season. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
2 years, lad. So when that happens, because it's going to, Cucurella can just slip into right back again, lad, and he can slot in. And
That's a mad shout, you know, because he
lad,
did play right back for a bit actually against Fulham. I remember he played, and he was brilliant over there.
Yeah.
But you've got Gusto. I hope Achampong gets minutes. That's my thing. Like, I guess we'll see numbers wise, but I think Achampong his ceiling is so high. I know everyone's talking about Huijsen going to Real Madrid and whatnot, but Euro at United, I have him in that ilk of defender. Like, he's got just there's nothing that I don't think he'll be able to do. Aerially, on the ground, pace, recovery, on the ball. Just I want to see him hopefully get opportunities. If he goes out on loan to, I think he was linked with like a Bournemouth, and he's been previously linked to Madrid and PSG. Like, he's highly regarded. People are going to see this season just how talented he is. But I guess the thing for me is the perfect balance. You got Cucurella experience, now you got a young player. This is what I've kind of wanted, just balance. Do you know what I mean? Balance in positions, balance in profiles, balance in age, where need be. So yeah, man, can't complain.
Yeah, Dylan, when you look at the profile of the player, obviously there's a lot of versatility there, and you can almost see why, you know, so many top clubs were after him. He offers so much. And at 19, you know, he almost won the league last year with Ajax. They obviously bottled it in the last couple of weeks. Well, they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
they should have won it. Henderson should have, you know, been doing the Hendo shuffle, but he didn't. And he, you know, through looking at his appearances for Ajax, kind of came through after playing in the academy in 22-23 season. Played 15 games, but last season 50 appearances. The season before 46 appearances. Wow. For Ajax as well. I mean, a massive European team. Do you think that experience already, I mean, he would have come in at 16, 17 playing all these games. Clearly, he's massively thought of.
Yeah, it's one of those buying players from Ajax. Obviously, me as a United fan, I've got a little bit of checkered history with people coming from Ajax, with Ten Hag and Martinez and Onana and stuff as well. Anthony, and obviously we now got Matthijs de Ligt, obviously, but he came from Bayern and Juventus as well as Ajax. But I think having that amount of experience, around 100 games under your belt at 19, it'll just help you be more confident that you can play first team football and be okay with playing a starting role. Non-starting role to start with. Like, as I said before, like, if he comes in behind Cucurella, kind of learns the trade, etc., but also he has 100 games under his belt. We've seen it when players have made these big moves with all the experience under their belt, and then immediately start. Like, I'm going to go again United reference, but I'm going to use Rasmus Højlund here. Is he only had in top flight leagues, he had 6 months at Atalanta, and then came to United and was starting for United, and he didn't score for 14 Premier League games.
Yep.
And that was the start of his issue, was he didn't have someone to learn from, play underneath, and kind of understudy. But if you've got 100 appearances or so, senior appearances under your belt like the Dutch league is obviously less than the Premier League. But it's still a good league because some amazing players have come from there. Yeah. So if you have that kind of stuff, that kind of thing under your belt, and then you're able to slowly just make your way in, they'll be fine. The same reason like Chelsea, because they seem to be just buying 2 good players in every position. Like you've got Simmons, as or Xavi that you kind of that's coming soon, and then you're also still linked as you have been for the last 6 months with Garnacho as well.
Madness.
It's like you're buying
that one you can leave.
You're buying. Well, I do want to ask you about this in a second, but is that like it's good for him that he's got the experience under his belt, but also he's got the age on his side. It's kind of a perfect scenario for him because Cucurella's not going to be doing what he did last season, playing every single game. He looked so burnt out at points, I think, last season because he played almost all the time for Spain as well, didn't he?
Being played to death, mate.
Like he was just constantly playing. So Cucurella needs it. So Cato coming in probably makes Cucurella better because Cucurella's not playing twice a week if you're challenging on all 4 fronts.
Yep.
And Hato can therefore just learn.
And the point you made about the price tag on Højlund, that puts pressure as well.
Yeah. Oh, for
Whereas
sure.
when the price is where it is right here, there's no pressure as well. Like no one's like, oh, because really, I know people say it's irrelevant, it's not your money, but okay, Hato costs 70 million. This conversation we're having here is very different. And the conversation even with the player in his own personal friendship circles and with the manager is different. You got to start. That's Van Dijk money.
Yeah, you got to kick on him.
You got to do something
I haven't
serious.
said that though. If you've got 100 games underneath your belt, right, that tells me that he's an extremely confident young man. You're not able to play that many games unless you're able to make the passes in the game and you do everything 90% correct, and that comes from confidence. So I have no doubt that when he comes into the Premier League, he's probably not going to struggle. You look like Ryan Gravenberch, mate. He just needed a little opportunity at Liverpool and he kicked on from it, and that's an Ajax prospect.
It's mad that he was at Bayern Munich, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's mad that he was at Bayern, and that's kind of exactly what they need in the middle of the park.
Now it is, He was injured for them, to be quite honest with you, and I know they were gutted letting him go, but there is talented young prospects, millions of them that come out of Ajax, and I think Hato is going to be.
And also as well, Hato playing 100 games for a team who are pushing for league titles. Yeah. It's not just you're playing 100 games; he's playing 100 games in the environment that he's about to come into as well. Chelsea, that you want to challenge for the Premier League, you want to challenge for Champions League. You just won the World Cup.
Yeah,
he's got the right Club World Cup.
You didn't like that? No, World Cup sounds great. You don't need to switch that, bro.
I was up between 1 and 5 a.m. watching the United game last night.
Great.
My brain is fried. But like he's got the right type of experience as well, which is just another positive for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's exactly. He's played for the best club in the Dutch league, right? It's historic.
Well,
that
not
club.
last year, they were.
They were, and the year before as well.
Second best. Yeah. So back up to Cucurella. Are we saying that? How many games does he? I mean, if he's playing 50 odd games a season for Ajax already, then how many games can we expect?
I think he'll play all the cup games. I think he'll play the whole Carabao Cup, the whole FA Cup, and that will still be with the intention to win. Because I think he's more than ready to play in a starting team there and try and win those trophies. I think he'll come off the bench a lot if we're trying to close out games as well. I think that's the perfect kind of player to just maybe move to a back 5 if you really want to hang on to a lead as well. You can put him in left side centre back, and I think he'll play quite a bit in the Champions League as well. He's played European football to a high level, so I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a bit there because the league phase is a lot longer now, isn't it? So it depends on who we play fixtures wise. If there's maybe some more favourable games, he'll play there. I think. All in all, total probably minimum 30 games, even if it's some of them off the bench. I think he'll tally up some good numbers.
He's playing 40, 50. He's going to want to play football. Right?
Yeah, and World Cup obviously coming up.
Looking at Chelsea's transfer window so far, obviously they're looking to bring Xavi Simons as well. Are Chelsea cooking here?
A little bit. It's quite scary. It is.
Coming from you.
You know what? Me and him are such different Liverpool fans.
He's the ultimate optimist, lad, and I'm a little bit of a pessimist. I've just seen a lot of struggle with Liverpool over the last 30 years, right? But
we don't have to struggle no more.
No more. Yeah, we have.
We don't have to tip tuna no more. Man.
It wasn't just the Club World Cup that they won, right? I really think that towards the end of the last season, they were cooking a little bit. Chelsea, you could see them finding the feet again, and all it takes is Cole Palmer to be on his day, mate, and he scores. It's as simple as that. So Chelsea at the moment, they're scary, lad.
It's the Liam Delap signing for me.
Yeah, well, and
I
Pedro
think
as well.
Yeah, it's the lap, and like Hato's a great signing of what you need, but. It's because I really rate Liam Delap. Like I really wanted him when we were with him. I think he's fantastic,
full of aggression,
and he's also when we're talking about experience, he's got plenty of English experience under his belt in the Championship and in League. I don't know if he played in League One from on loan as well, and then also the Premier League with Ipswich, where he scored 10, 12 goals in the league.
And the academy experience, the pedigree of coming through at City as well.
Yeah, exactly. No, City just have so many good players. City's academy now, the players everywhere. You've got players playing in the Premier League, you've got players playing abroad.
We've got Frimpong. Frimpong literally come from City's academy.
Yeah, it's mad how many players. It's crazy.
So Chelsea fans in the chat, how excited are you about this Joral Hatto fella? And are you still looking to bring in Javi Simons? What's the latest with that one there?
Javi Simons look like it's going to get done pretty soon. I think that's going to get announced by one of these journalists maybe in the next 24, 48 hours, it seems.
David
It's been confirmed by people already that it's, I already think that it's done. Do you know what I mean? It's just when it gets announced.
Does he start straight away, Simmons? You got Caicedo, Enzo, and then Simmons next to him?
I mean, for me, I'd be looking for him to start. Yeah. I think for me, off that left-hand side, with maybe in the middle, in the 10, and Palmer on the right.
What's the front four you want to see opening day?
Opening day against Palace, Palmer right, because he was brilliant against PSG on the right with that overlap. Simmons in the 10, left side Neto. Just balances out the attack, hard worker.
And João Pedro.
Gittins gets time to blend in then off the bench, and then João Pedro up front. I think that's a
so
very,
off the
very
bench.
good
You're
blend.
looking at Gittins, you're looking at Delap, you're looking at Jackson, you're looking
Esteval.
The hell?
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
He's more of like a CDM though, isn't he?
No, Esteval's a winger. Simmons, Santos is the CDM. Santos probably on the bench.
This is why I'm scared.
If Lavia's fit,
With how many players
Lavia's
It's
fit.
the quality of players as well. They're not just getting average players. Yeah, João Pedro and Delap as two options up front is exceptional. Like, I've done my fantasy team yesterday, right? I'm telling you now, if João Pedro wasn't playing for Chelsea, Delap would be in there immediately because he's that good.
I'm pretty sure Pedro is like 75% owned or something in FPL now as well. I think. Yeah, he's
quite cheap.
everyone's
I
got
put him in there as well.
I think I've got him.
He's quite
Everyone's
cheap.
got him.
Yeah, he's quite cheap for what you'd expect. But obviously that's because of the numbers that he put up at Brighton. Like, he didn't put up, Isak or Salah or, those type of numbers. So hopefully he really is looking for his breakthrough season, like hitting that 20 or 19, 18 goals. Everyone's like, oh, okay, he's legit. So he's yet to have that. So hopefully he does that this season.
It's got to come right at some point. It has to. I've seen Caicedo last season as one of the best midfielders in the league. If you're buying quality like that, at some point it's going to work. It is.
Yeah, you almost compare it to what Forest have done. Yes, they bought 33 players, but after 2 years, you go, actually, this is starting to work now.
If you have the breathing room to do it, it's a very good strategy because you're guaranteed to hit 7, 8, 9 good signings if you bring in 25 players. Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous what you've got. But it does work. It does work when you don't need to buy really strategically, which is like kind of more the route Liverpool went, and it worked really well for you guys. You bought very strategically, and it over the last 5, 6, 7 years, and it worked. But Chelsea don't need to, so why would they? Just buy all the players.
It's weird because
put them on big contracts, and then 2 years later you can then move them on.
Yeah. It's weird because this window's been quite strategic. The last window was a shambles, maybe PSR very heavy led. And then the windows before that are just blurs because you got mixture of managers, new directors, people are maybe in-house disagreeing, whether it's Christopher Vell, who's now at Man United, versus Win Stanley versus Shields versus... So it was just a mess, do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. But listen, at least hopefully now it all comes together and we can actually do some serious pushing for majors. So
Chelsea fans, let us know in the chat right now, how excited are you with all these signings coming in, and where would Chelsea finish in the league, or what is your early prediction for where Chelsea finish?
With Hatto and Simmons getting done, I think we are looking at second, third, that in and around there. I mean, I think personally, I think the top 4 is very close. And I think you guys are like favourites. If you get Isak, for me, you are Premier League.
Even we need
favourites.
defenders, though, lads. We need defenders first.
Like for me, you're favourites. And I think Chelsea, City, Arsenal, it's all very close between those.
Will you finish above Arsenal?
Guys. I mean, we could.
And
yeah,
you've got a bet with Laurie as well.
Yeah, I got a bet with him. Yeah, like
that's a different thing,
if we finish above Arsenal, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't be like a whoa. Do you know what I mean? If we finish above Liverpool, that probably means you're champions, in my opinion. Yeah. That's what I'd really be interested in. That's the question I want to be asked. Do you know what I mean? Can you finish ahead of Liverpool?
We're not there yet.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
I have an
At
eye
the top
on
is
it.
just us.
I have that's the theme.
You know what I mean?
His life,
Just
lads.
us.
But
Just us, actually.
my thing is, is I've just seen my team win against PSG a trophy. Go and win more trophies.
Yeah.
Go. You haven't won the Carabao Cup this group, so it's new to you. So don't run away from it. Don't turn your nose up it. Go and do it. Go and win the FA Cup. We haven't won the FA Cup since like 2018 under Conte. I missed the FA Cup. Go and win the Champions League. Anyone can win it.
One quick question. Where do you rank the Club World Cup in comparison to the other cups that you can win in England? You got the Premier League, you got the Champions League, you got the FA Cup, and you got the League Cup. Where's
I put it
that?
third.
You put it third?
Yeah.
Above the FA Cup?
Sadly, yeah, it's got to
Yo,
go
that's
above
mad,
it.
that, bro.
It has to. I'm not gonna lie. bro.
saying like
Let me.
he's
No,
won.
no, I'm not. Let me tell you something. Yeah, that new format, because it was longed out and it was so exhausting. Like Benfica, the lightning bolts, the thunderstorms, PSG playing them in the final, right? I was still thinking about that win, and I was still watching highlights like for like 5, 6, 7 days straight. So that's how I know it meant something. I probably couldn't rank it maybe before that high, but actually winning it and knowing how I felt
But
after,
I
was
think
like, bro, I was
being
buzzing,
in it
bro.
and not being in it, it's like I'm not
buzzing.
saying they're the same level, but I feel like it's the same type of competition as the Carabao Cup. If you're in it, you really care about it. If you don't, you just don't care. As a United fan,
yeah.
could not care less about the club. I really, really couldn't. Chelsea won it. I'm like, okay, cool. It was at
I
2
hear
in the
that.
morning. I was in bed anyway. But if United were in it, I would really care about it. Whereas like the FA Cup, for example, if United get knocked out, I'm annoyed, and I will still kind of be invested in who's going to win. Like for example, with Crystal Palace and City, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, big stuff. So I think it's one of those ones where you really care if you're actually in it. But if you're not in it, it's just.
Yeah, it's probably a good shout.
But also, I think that might be because it needs more time to become a more established competition. 'Cause at the moment, it's just FIFA's big PR thing about getting football in the US and throwing out $1 billion in prize money and making the rich
They
richer.
need to move it around as well, because I don't want to hear.
If
that
it was
the
in
next
Europe,
one's
it'll be a
in
lot
US
more
as well.
fun,
They
I
need
think.
to,
Next
if it's
one's in
club
Saudi.
world, it needs to be world.
Next one's in Saudi.
It needs to be.
Claver,
all
the Chelsea
continents.
fan, says, super excited with the new signings. Matisse, do you reckon Hato is a backup for Cuckoo, or will he be a centre-back? My prediction is a Champions League spot and a domestic title. Would you take that right now?
2 domestic titles I'd take.
So what? What are them
Look at
domestic
this.
titles?
So I would
Greedy.
I'll take a cup double.
Yeah.
If you offered it to me now, I'll take a cup double.
FA Cup and League Cup.
Or
And fourth.
or Champions League win.
Win them Champions League?
Yeah, absolutely. We just beat PSG, so I have nothing to fear. I'm excited to play Barca,
No, I
Real
much
Madrid.
preferred the,
Like, I'm
the
excited,
Mud Brother
bro.
Matisse.
Nah, but he's
I
right.
much
He's
prefer
got,
So
he's got
like,
the chest, 'cause you
I'll take a cup double, or I'll take a Champions League win. Or obviously a
Oh, of
Premier
course
League
you
win.
take it.
So you're,
Yeah,
You're saying like you're
excited.
ordering food at a shop. Can I take this one here? Can I have one FA
That's
Cup?
what we do, man.
Third in the Premier League, and
Yeah,
on the
man.
side, can I have
Hey, can I get
Screamer
the-
in the final?
Can I
Salad
get the
chips,
Champions
please?
League with some chips, bro? You know what I mean? Put a little bit of sauce on that as
And then
well.
they go, no, we haven't got that. Well,
We haven't got
sure.
that. Alright,
You go,
bro,
alright,
give me the
a
cup double.
Run out
No,
of that
no,
as well.
And then he'll say, but I
Just give me
paid
fifth
£2 billion
then.
for this, can't I have it?
Bro, listen, I'm hungry, bro. I'm hungry for success, bro.
I much preferred the Mud Brother Matisse, I'll be honest. I don't like all this. But yeah, Chelsea fans, how excited are you? In the chat, we've got one here from G Millie. I was at the LFC game yesterday in Yokohama. It was so nice to see the guys there. The atmosphere was great. A beautiful Jota tribute. And so much love for Endo from the local fans. You'll never walk alone. Big up to G Millie every time. Elijah says, from Brooklyn, NYC, my team Newcastle, are they really that shite that Sesko would rather go to Manchester United without
Yes.
Champions League
It's
football?
mad.
Yes.
It's madness.
Rejection FC at the minute, aren't they?
I'm loving it.
Newcastle?
I'm sorry, but I am loving it. I find it so much fun. Newcastle, I think they've tried to take 2 steps too quickly.
Have
Like
they though?
I really think they have.
I don't know.
I think
don't
they've
feel bad, but-
overestimated, respectfully, who they are at the moment in terms of who they're trying
What do you
to.
think,
who they
João
were trying to
Pedro and
sign.
Mbeumo is that? It's not that deep for them to go for those players.
But
I
it's
think that's-
all of them.
Same.
It's all of them. It's the fact that they've basically not even got one of their big signings
Even
apart
Trafford
from
as well.
yeah, like Trafford, Mbumo, Cunha, João Pedro, Trafford, Sesko, and potentially losing Isak. The only guy that wants to join them,
Ekitike
Ekitike,
as well.
and then the one who wants to join them is Wissa. Like they've missed out on so many of their players. I feel like they should have maybe put their eggs in one basket of 1 or 2 of these big signings rather than trying to completely level up.
But the thing is, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I remember when they beat us in matches and they got a loud fan base. Like Newcastle, the story's cute until it's not. And when they get loud and when they get some success, I know they're going to be just as irritating as the next one.
Yeah.
However, you've got to have a list of targets. And all of the targets they had on that list, I felt were attainable. João Pedro at Brighton, attainable. Mbeumo at Brentford. Trafford at Burnley. Cunha at Wolves. Like, they're not trying to sign people's top players at top clubs. They're not trying to sign players out of their wage bracket. They're not trying to sign players that are going to cost 100 million or 80, 90. The players that they had on their list, I felt like should be on their list.
No,
If
to
they're
be
going
fair,
to
I hear
improve,
that.
if they're going to sustain Champions League and be in it year in, year out, they need these type of names. I don't think they should be trying to get below this, and I think they're just unlucky that they got rejected so many times. But
Yeah.
I don't think now, because the man got rejected in the club, he should be penalised for shooting and aiming for the stars.
Do you think they're unlucky though, or Eddie Howe hasn't given them a proper view of what the project
They
actually
don't have
is?
a sporting
When you're looking at somebody like Vert, right?
Okay, well then that might.
This
be
is
it.
what I mean. Is
That
they
might be
don't.
it.
As I'm saying that, I did think of it. They don't have. I think it was what was it? Phil Mitchell they had, I believe. And
Phil, no,
sorry, not Phil Mitchell, right?
I thought you said that on purpose. I
Is
was like,
he
yo,
part of the Mitchell
fair play.
brothers?
No, Paul Mitchell.
Okay, I'm not having a
think
think.
I must have missed that.
But
I must have missed it.
either way, it's no one. They've got no one. They've got no sporting director at the moment. Exactly.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
That is.
Phil
Look at
Mitchell.
Isak now, right?
Got the
Isak
Chuckle
is
brothers.
wanting to-
That's a Phil Mitchell. That's killing me.
It's madness to me, like, I think as well before this they've been so good at buying players. They
Yeah,
really
their-
have.
their
Look
recruitment's
at the
been
key-
top.
Yeah, the key individuals that they got, like Ramirez, fantastic. Gordon, fantastic. Isak, fantastic. Like,
Livramento, Hall.
yeah, and he's,
Paul
and he's got
Mitchell.
off. Hey, as Livramento
Yeah,
got a
That's
skinhead-
what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's what we
Paul
said.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell. Paul Mitchell, brother. Has Livramento got a skinhead now, by the way? I swear
I'm
I've
not
seen
sure,
a meme
I
with
didn't
him,
see.
He
I'm
shaved
not sure.
all his hair off.
Is it?
sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
Not seen that.
Who?
All their recruitment so far has been very, 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 very good. Like when you
I
talk
agree.
about strategic, that's how you have been. They have been similar. Like they've got pretty much everything bang on. I think the only one they got wrong was like that Chris Wood January signing that they made.
Yeah.
After they got the money in and they were trying to stay up, and then he just didn't really work out.
But then he went back
But
there
I think
and
they
scored
did
a
that on
hat-trick
purpose
against
to
them.
take away from Burnley or something when he was there, right?
Yeah.
So
They were
just
fine
make
then.
That was
look
just
like-
to just like kill the
So
competition.
yeah,
They just wanted
exactly.
to just stay up.
It's just for me, it's the project, right? So like, I'm gonna go to Liverpool. Yeah, Vert came to Liverpool simply because Slot gave him a great idea of what he's gonna do in the club, and he had other clubs like Bayern Munich and Man City and whoever else, and he just weren't giving them the plan that he wanted. I really think these players have
He
not been
sold the-
sold
yeah.
on the idea of Newcastle. It's not necessarily that they're not good enough because they played boss football last season. They beat Arsenal, right? They're a good team. So it's difficult for them.
It's tough.
But it is funny.
Yeah, okay. Well, that is Newcastle. We'll come back to them because they have signed Aaron Ramsdale on loan. But let's move on to Arsenal-Tottenham. A little update for you. We are 26 minutes into this one at the Kayatak Arena. It's Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0. But the lineup, both teams have gone super strong. I'm watching Kudus up against Mars Lewis Skelly now.
He's got good feet.
I mean, the lineup is strong. We can go through it now. It's Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Spence at left back, Sarr, Bentancur and Bergvall in midfield, Odegaard, Richarlison and Kudus for Tottenham. For Arsenal, David Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Kiwior and Lewis Skelly at the back. Odegaard, Norgard and then Dennis Rice.
Bro, what's up with names today, man?
You lot.
Dennis
What?
the Menace, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz and Martinelli. But the benches for both teams, you got Mosquera, Gyökeres, Zinchenko, Trossard, Wanyeri, Marino, Nelson, Lakonga is back in the mix. Zubamendi, Max Dowman there as well, who's obviously been pulling up trees in the academy. And for Spurs, it's Danso, Son, Bissouma, Maddison, Tell, Archie Gray, Brennan Johnson, Ben Davis, all on the bench for Tottenham as well. And it's 28 minutes in to this game, and it's feisty. I'll be honest.
Did you
No,
see what
I don't
X
think
did when
so.
he was doing the
Yes.
press conference?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Thomas the
I
Frank.
did.
Oh,
Oh,
he hit the
Tottenham
post?
just hit the post.
Crazy.
Odegaard just hit the post, and
I can't
Arsenal,
tell if I find it if I find it funny or not.
He's mad. Like
yeah.
he's actually
He's
mad.
It's
mental
unbelievable. The players love it though, right? The players love it. But on that game, this is the first North London derby to be played outside of England. Should derbies like this, and we've seen United play Leeds, we've seen some big, rivals play each other as a friendly.
We've played City in the US a few
You
times
have.
as well.
Should derbies happen as friendlies though, considering the fans that maybe have never watched their team in person? This is a great experience for you to go and see your first game. I mean, I was in this stadium last week in Hong Kong, and I spoke to so many fans who dreamed one day of seeing Liverpool play, whether that was the open training session, whether it was the game. So for the people on the ground there, wow, it's an amazing experience. But from maybe a more traditional point of view, the old school kind of Arsenal and Tottenham fans, will they like this, a derby happening outside of England?
Do fans from them countries put money into the club by buying merch?
Of course.
Then yes, they deserve to watch the team in their own countries, lad, without a shadow of a doubt. That's the way I see it.
Also,
It's not a high intensity game. They're not putting the strongest sides out. I know you just read a strong side, but they're not.
Close
it's not
to.
the strongest sides.
Close to, though.
Close to, but not.
But they're not going
right?
to go crazy.
They're not going
into
to kick
tackles
each other.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
but they should deserve to watch it, right? They're part of this club. They're part of the reason why they've got so much financial power. Yes, they should be.
There's
in my
no
opinion.
there's no negative impact because realistically, so United's preseason this season, I'm such a massive fan that we're playing 4 Premier League teams because we're preparing for the guys we're about to play by playing the guys we're about to play, right? I like when we play in Real Madrid and some teams from Mexico, etc. I'm kind of watching it till like 1:30 in the morning, going, why?
Yeah, it makes it more
It's
spicy,
like,
doesn't it?
yeah,
It makes it more exciting.
like the game last night. I was at 2:30 kickoff. We played Bournemouth. It was great. We were playing great. We were playing a Premier League team. The intensity was great. Blah blah blah. And also, like, I feel like the only argument in should derbies be reserved for the actual big games is that you could say maybe it dilutes the meaning of the derby, but I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
Because also
Yeah.
you're preparing from a coaching perspective and from a player perspective, you are preparing as best you possibly can for the season ahead. That's what preseason is meant to be. Yes, there's the commercial things. You're flying over. You're on tour. You're selling merch. All this, all that. But for the players, it's about getting into a camp, getting training, and getting ready to play the other best teams in the world. So you may as well do that by playing the other best teams in the world.
Yep, I agree.
And it's a win-win for everyone. You win, you get money, funds transfers, funds wages, your club's badge gets out there more, you collect more fans, and you also prepare by playing, like, because Arsenal and Tottenham are going to play twice or maybe 3 or maybe even 4 times this season. They may as well, this is beneficial for everyone involved.
We're watching this now, and we wouldn't be watching it if Arsenal were playing Yokohama or something like that, right? We wouldn't. But we're watching this because it's more of an exciting fixture. It makes pre-season a bit more spicy for me. I like it.
I don't mind. Like, for me, I don't mind. I'll watch Chelsea play anyone, to be honest. I don't care who it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. But I'd watch you play
yeah,
Tottenham.
so
I'd watch you play Tottenham every day.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So if you're trying to have a wider audience, yeah, putting them up against better teams is obviously going to make more people interested. Me, I don't care. If Chelsea are playing whoever, I'll be watching. So yeah, like you said, it's nice for the international fans to get a little bit of a taste of what that derby's like.
You deserve it.
They just need to then not outprice them and make sure that the prices are fair. And because I saw for like the Arsenal, some of the friendlies, like some of the prices I was hearing were crazy.
Yeah.
So they just need to relax with the pricing. Do you know what I mean?
Be fair.
Be fair. So it's actually attainable, so people can actually go and watch it and it can sell out.
You say it's not hotly contested. I'm watching it now. There's tackles flying in all over the place.
Yeah.
Kudus and Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly was just on the floor for about 5 minutes.
Do you know what?
Ben
Do you know
Tancur
what?
is rolling round after Saka's just given one. Let's see what's
Do you
happened
know what?
there.
If you play one of them South American sides, or play,
Ooh.
you know, they'll do
gonna
the same
batter
thing.
you.
They're gonna batter
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I don't think friendlies is the right word. They're not friendlies.
So unfriendly.
Yeah, but
Fixtures?
yeah, kind of.
So unfriendly
It's just like a game. I feel like because they're not
Yeah.
friendlies because
This
there's-
isn't.
there is a point to them. I say friendlies is when Burnley go and play United behind closed doors or something like in like Carrington 4 days before the season. Like that's a friendly. There's no one watching. It's just purely like get your fitness up, blah blah blah. You're just playing. But then these kind of games, like I wouldn't call them friendlies
I don't know
because
what to
they
call
have a
them,
they
though.
have a
don't-
purpose.
Just fixtures.
You just
pre-season
want to
fixtures.
see a good performance. It doesn't really matter too much about the result. Obviously, you don't want to lose every. I feel like if you lose every preseason game, there's probably a
But
chance that you're
players
not very
have
good
that something
going into
like,
the season. But
Players have something to prove in these games. They're trying to get in the starting 11. They're trying to get fit. They're trying to convince their manager. So especially like for example, like again United, Rasmus Højlund. He wants to make sure he's starting, so he's going to be putting in as best performance as he possibly can against Aston Villa. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
not Aston Villa, against Bournemouth, against Everton, etc.
Yeah.
So it's not just like a friendly game where they're just having a nice kickabout.
no,
I
no,
mean,
you're
Liverpool
right.
played Man United a couple of times in the last few
Yeah.
seasons. I think we lost one quite heavily.
Yeah.
You beat us 3-0, I think,
And then
last
beat you
season.
3-0 last year.
Yeah.
Shaqiri scored that overhead kick. Do you
Remember.
Yeah.
So those games, obviously, you watch, you want your team to win, but when it translates to the actual season, it doesn't really matter. But I guess the main selling point is for the locals of that location to say, I can go and watch Liverpool play Manchester United in New York or, Australia, or that's the whole selling point. And one of the big reasons of pre-season is to obviously bring a load of money in.
Yeah, like we don't
know?
need preseason here. Do you know what I mean? We already get all the
whole
competitive
season.
games. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, we need a break from football. So I'm glad they go to. I just hope that, like I said, I want them to go around the world. I remember when Chelsea used to go to Africa. I'd love for them to go back. There's a massive support in Africa for football. I don't really, obviously people go where the money is and all that, but I would like for them to just share it around a bit more.
Yeah.
Just do proper camps. Make sure that you're playing on proper pitches. Players are not getting injured. And that's it, really.
That's the main thing.
That's all that matters.
Make sure you do not come back with any injuries.
Yeah, exactly.
This creates global generational fans. That's what it does. So a kid's in there now with their dad or their mum watching this game, right? And they're going to have a little moment where they're really excited about watching this Arsenal game or Tottenham game. And they'll have it in their heads forever. It'll be a memory. And then when they have kids eventually, they'll be like, I remember this game and this is what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to take you to this game. You're going to support Arsenal or Tottenham, whatever it may be. It's important, lad. This is how you get global followings.
Yep.
You just don't want the ticket prices to almost
That's not right.
you
I
know,
agree.
drive people away. You want them to be accessible and, you know, get as many people in that stadium as possible. I think there was 49,700 out of 50,000 for the Liverpool game the other day.
Wow.
Do you know what the
And
prices were?
those
like?
tickets sold out super early, but I do think I did speak to someone and he said he paid around about £130.
That's
for a ticket.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
But then-
that's just jokes.
But then if you were lucky enough to get on before that, you're looking at maybe 30 quid.
That's what it should be, 30, 40,
And
50.
obviously we saw in the Club World Cup, you know, they were driving the prices right down just to get bums on seats in the last 2 hours before kickoff. You could get a ticket for like $13 or something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy in the end.
Yeah.
So listen, and I can say it from experience because I've just been there, seeing what it gives to those locals once they see their heroes is something. And especially, you know, when Ekitike came out, he just walked out. They just went, go on, this will be funny, go on, we'll see what the reaction's like. And it was like all those people that were in that ground at that time can say, like, I was there when Ekitike came out.
Especially if he ends up
Really
becoming a big
Yeah.
Liverpool player in
Yeah.
the future.
It's true.
Exactly. So let us know what you think. Is it an exhibition match? Is it a friendly? Is it an unfriendly friendly? Is it competitive? I mean, Bentancur is Bentancur is trying to get Saka back for that foul a minute ago.
He's like, "You
So this one really is not a friendly from what I can see so far.
Is Saka
And
limping?
Saka's limping again. Saka's limping
We clocked
again.
it again, lads.
So it's
It gets you
and there was a
excited
yellow
for the season.
card. The ref just got. I think he
In
just
a
put
friendly,
away.
to get ready
in
for
a
the
brother
Prem.
friendly.
I mean, once
'Cause
Saka's
on-
limping, you know, the
Because you know
season's
what?
about to start again.
What you probably don't want is it to be too, like.
But how can you tell the players to take it easy?
No.
It's Arsenal
I'm
top.
going the other way. Is you don't want it to be too chill, like you said, where
Yeah.
it's an actual friendly, where it's just nothing's.
No one's
there's
running.
no kicking, there's no pushing, shoving. Because when game week 1 comes, your life is about to change forever. It's gonna be turned up all the way to the highest dial. So you want to make sure that you've had a little bit of push and
Rough
shove and a
and tumble.
bit. Yeah,
They know that. The
absolutely.
players
Because they know game week 1 when that Premier League starts. Boy,
Then it's on,
It's
lads.
gone.
Especially this season.
yeah.
This season, like
especially-
you said before, Matisse, and I agree with you that the top 4 is a level above
Exciting.
the other 16.
Yeah.
Right. And I do agree with that. I think there's like the other 16 is going to be a bit of a different league table. Once we come to like March, there'll be a solid gap between them. But that top 4 is so interesting.
It's so
Exciting.
competitive,
Arsenal,
man.
Chelsea, City, and Liverpool.
Strengthened all of
Big.
them, lads.
And there's so much on the line as well.
It's
The
huge.
stakes. I feel like the stakes this season are higher than they've ever been.
I've never been as excited for a Premier League to start, simply because of our transfer window that we've had. It's been insane, but also because of the competitiveness of this league. I would love to see 4 teams competing for the league.
Oh,
When was the last time?
that would be brilliant.
When was the last
I would-
time? that
Can you
you-
imagine if it
with us being victors,
but
lads?
can
of
you
course.
imagine if it went to the final day?
And
Can
all
you imagine
4
the
of yous?
build-up? All 4 teams on
That'd
the
be
final
nuts.
day.
TVs, there'll be 8 TVs.
Bro.
in it.
And
Can
then
you
Liverpool
imagine?
finally win it again, lad. It'd
No,
just
no,
be
no, no.
glorious, lad.
Four teams on the final day would be nuts.
Wow, incredible stuff, wouldn't it? I think they're all strengthened to do it, mate. So we never know. We never know. I seen a comment last time where they were saying they believe the top 4 teams could probably get 90+ points individually, which was, I remember when he said that in the comments. So you never know.
So just on this one, G Millie then says there were 70,000 people in Yokohama yesterday for the Liverpool game, and
Wow.
tickets went up to around £400. So that's something that you definitely
that's-
don't want to see.
Is that
Blasphemy.
resales? Or is that what they pitched as the price though?
blasphemy.
That'll be resales,
have
that's
to
sure.
Because that'll be
resale.
that is to a certain extent that's kind of out of control of the
Yeah.
clubs and everything. If
I
that's
mean,
just
there-
not the
there's so
demand.
much touting
It's wrong,
that
but
goes
that's
on in this
just
country. You almost don't want to see it, you know. in
Yeah, no, I do
pre-season
agree.
games for sure.
I do agree.
Couple super chats, and then we'll go on to the next topic. Saint Blanco says, lads, did you hear Shawberto Carlos? We're winning the league. Bro in the United shirt. Dallo or Ahmad at right wing back?
Right wing. Oh, Ahmad, 100%.
Much better.
So after watching the game yesterday, obviously I feel like I'm the only one on the table who watched it. I don't think you guys were staying up at half
Definitely
in the
not,
morning
no,
to watch.
definitely
not.
You
played?
watch Man United, yeah.
They won as well, lad. They actually did.
Firmly asleep.
For the United fans out there, I think Ahmad last night he started as the right 10, where Mbumo's going to be. I keep correcting myself on that, Mbumo, but he was given a very free role. He was dropping very deep. He had the ball at his feet, and he was fantastic. Defensive contributions and everything. Dorgu as well, just to report, was awesome as well. I know it's pre-season, so you take everything with a pinch of salt, but I can only go off what I've watched. Dorgu, Yoro, Mainu, Ahmad have all been fantastic this pre-season so far. And I think if you're looking to invest stocks in United players, for those out there, those are the 4 that you want to be looking at. I think they're all going to surprise next season. So I think if we've got Ahmad and Dorgu pressing much higher up next season with our wing-backs, because like on Dorgu's side, Garnacho's probably going to be gone, or he's not starting because Cunha's starting.
Yep.
Garnacho operated in so much of the spaces that a wing-back should be in. A wing-back should be right up there. You know this one from
I think
when you're watching
Garnacho would be a good wing back.
Yeah.
I think Garnacho probably might make a good wing-back, but I don't think he's got the athletic prowess that
No
Dorgu
way.
has.
Or the physicality.
Athletically, Dorgu's a freak,
Yeah.
which is what you want minute 1 from a wing-back. And last season, Garnacho was hugging that touchline as he does, because that's where he's a touchline wing. He tries to beat his man, get around his man. But that's where Dorgu wanted to be. So if you've got Garnacho on the touchline and then Dorgu right behind him, Dorgu can't go and stand next to him because Garnacho's there.
Yeah.
If you've got Cunha, who plays a little further in, he plays in that half space, Dorgu can bomb forwards as he was last night. He got a goal and assist last night. Created the first goal, scored the second. He was in the box, he was whipping crosses in, he was getting his shots off, which is what we want on both sides.
Yeah.
When we beat Villa final day of last season, where everyone, like, we just lost the Europa League final, everyone was going, how'd you lose to that Spurs team? Because we were shockingly bad. We were terrible. But we then turn up against Villa the day after because our wing-backs were right on that final line. And that's where I think next season, we're going to be doing that a lot more consistently, because Ahmad will be at wing-back, pushing next to Mbumo, and then we'll have Dorgu pushing next to Cunha, and then whoever is striker, if it's Sesko or whoever, it'll really improve us.
So you don't have the midfielders for this, or the centre-backs, do you?
Centre-backs, I think.
Yoro, I think right side you got, but do you have who's going to play on the left? Oh, maybe.
Well, Martinez will
Is he
come
gonna be
back.
fit?
He should be back in by September. This is the thing with Martinez: is all his injuries have been long, and normally when a player gets 3-4 in, like 2 or 3 big injuries in the course of 3 seasons, you go, oh dear.
Yeah.
But I think he's been unlucky because they're all contact injuries. Someone's done his ACL for him. Someone's stamped on his leg. Blah, blah, blah. So it is massive shame. But it's not muscle injuries, so I think he's more likely to be okay than someone like Luke Shaw, who's constantly had muscle injuries, or Mount, who's constantly had hamstring injuries.
It might have been unlucky.
Man United, though.
Yeah, well, we can't get rid. Hilarious. He was actually pretty decent last night.
When does his contract expire?
Shaw next
Never.
next
Surely
summer.
it's
Never.
gotta
He's
be
got to
soon.
go.
Next
man.
summer, yeah.
He's got to go.
Shaw's our
Terrible.
7th choice centre back,
I didn't even
which is
read
fine because we play 3
even
centre
read that.
backs.
Yeah.
Having 7, 8 centre backs at your disposal, like when you include people like Heaven and stuff, it's fine. Shaw can just
I like
stay there.
Heaven.
Heaven's good.
Heaven.
He's big.
Yeah, I
But
like Heaven.
he's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Deceptively tall. But
Yeah.
I think midfield, as you pointed out, is the one thing where I'm like, don't know. Because Casemiro, he takes forever to get going, and he's not going to have the minutes next season to be able to get going properly.
Yeah, he's a slug.
Dylan, talk about Luke Shaw's stragglers comment. That's a good point, actually. I don't know if you guys know this.
What's
Luke
this?
Shaw basically came out the other day, and he was like, we're much more of a better team this
I think
season.
it was Flex's question, wasn't it?
It might have been. And Shaw basically just went, the team is better, we're all cohesive because we don't have any stragglers anymore. And obviously that comes
He
at a
is a
time
straggler, though.
And he
when
means
you've got
Anthony-
Rashford, Garnacho,
Yeah.
Anthony Sancho, and
But
Tyrone
isn't Luke
Malacia
Shaw a
have
straggler
all been
at this
booted out.
stage in
I would-
2025?
This is the thing: is Shaw's very popular, I believe, in the dressing room, just as a bloke. Because he's been at the
Was
club
he a
forever.
magician, does tricks?
No, yeah. Pick a card, any card.
But he magically turns up and plays well twice a season. But it's an interesting comment. I don't think it quite means what is ended up being portrayed as, but also it's a weird one because I can't tell how much of a direct shot it is. Because Anthony was on loan for the second half last season. Sancho was at Chelsea the whole season anyway. Malacia didn't play. And then Rashford went on loan after the whole issue, and basically the only one who stayed and is now out of the picture is Garnacho. I would love to know how direct he actually was being.
I just feel like it's the wrong person to say that.
It is.
If it came from Bruno Fernandes or it came from,
That's pretty much it.
yeah, Bruno Fernandes,
That's it.
you'd be all right. But it comes from a person that doesn't play, doesn't contribute really, regardless of what he's maybe doing in the change room with the chatty and the patty. But at the end of the day, you got to play, and he doesn't. So I just feel like to say, I'm not saying it's a shot at Rashford and a shot at Sancho and a shot at Anthony, but
What was it then?
I'm not saying it is, but it probably looks like it might have been.
I think it's more. I think what what Shaw was saying was not necessarily about on-pitch performances, but attitude towards approaching being under Amorim. Because Amorim's very demanding, very, very team first. Like when Mbeumo and Cunha signed, Amorim's come out and he's gone, these guys aren't acting like stars. They're just part of the team. They just want to be here. They want to be part of the team. They're doing all this. They're doing their duties that they've been given. That's what Amorim's been talking about a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Shaw's getting at.
Just staying on United, Ornstein reporting that Sesko prefers United, not Newcastle, Manchester United, and that he and his camp are giving the club his attention. They want the guaranteed 75 million euros with add-ons as well as a sell-on clause. Is he worth that amount? That would be a base fee of around 65 million pounds. So would he be worth that Mbeumo money that you've spent? And obviously this is now a new look Manchester United forward line, but there's still Højlund who's come out and has been quoted after the game yesterday saying, look, I'm still young, I want to stay, I want to fight for my place. You know, more strikers coming in sharpens my game. Xerxes still there as well. So will Sesko come in, and at that price, do you think it's a good deal?
It's a weird one. I'm really in two minds about it.
What's happened here? Sorry, there's a goal.
Tottenham have scored!
Tottenham have scored. Tottenham have scored, and it's Sarr.
It's only pre-season.
Sarr
just lobbed Raya.
He just lobbed him from miles out. We've got to see this and react to it. He's giving it the old...
Richarlison's still there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this goal, because this could be quite funny to see.
Do
you know what? I was literally just thinking, Raya is basically a centre-back. They use him so high up, and they've been caught out. But let's actually see the goal here. So Raya's right up as a centre-back kind of position. Arsenal lose the ball, and he's sprinting back towards goal.
Oh, my word.
And just literally in front of the halfway line, it was Lewis Skelly who lost the ball. Sarr grabs it and pings it over Raya's head from a good 50 yards.
That's really good from Spurs' midfield. See how literally they've got 5 players around that centre circle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thomas Frank is serious.
Even him, didn't that happen to Onana?
It happened. No, it happened. It happened to Raya last season as well with Mateta, mate. That's the second time he's been lobbed from nearly halfway line, mate.
Thomas Frank having a little laugh and a smile at that as well. But let's go back onto Sesko.
Yeah, so first and foremost, Manchester United are in dire need of a striker, of a centre forward. That has been so obvious. It's one of the 5 positions that we really needed. Cunha and Mbeumo, those 2 positions sorted. Goalkeeper, midfielder, striker. With our finances, which weirdly, there's been reports coming out recently saying that we actually don't need to sell to buy, another signing, which is weird considering that the last 4 months, the peddling has been that we had about 100 mil, and then we've spent that on Mbeumo and Cunha. Sesko has been so highly rated, it seems, within football circles and by football analysts and whatever, and people I trust with their opinions for ages. Arsenal really wanted him, didn't work out. And United have been tracking him for 4 years. Other big clubs like Bayern Munich, etc., the last 3-4 years have been tracking him. He's one of the names, like Xavi Simons, it feels like he's 26, but he's not, he's 22.
Yeah.
They are, because you've heard their names since they were 15, 16, 17 years old.
That picture is him playing against Liverpool last season in the
That's
Champions League.
Insane.
So yeah, I agree. His name's been
around
for a while.
What I like about him, what I like from what I've seen about him, because I can't claim and sit here and go, I've been watching full 90s of Leipzig last season, because I haven't. But from what I've seen of him, he's a freak athlete. He's really good in the air. He's 6'5" and got a rocket of a shot on him.
And would you prefer him or Watkins up front?
But it's price dependent. But if I was to pick blank piece of paper, which one would I rather have? I would rather have Watkins.
Premier League proven.
Yeah, Premier League, because it's what we need. We need, when I was here on the show last week, I was saying United need to walk before they can run. By buying Premier League proven players you know are going to come in and give you a minimum. We build a good team, and once you build a good team, then you can build a great team. We need to build a good team. Sesko is a risk, and if it's 65 million plus add-ons, if that's at detriment to signing a midfielder who can come in and make us more secure, then I'm feeling a bit about it. If you gave me 70 million and was like, right, you got to pick one player to sign with 70 million, I'm not picking Sesko. If I'm picking anyone, I'm either trying for Adam Morton, or I'm gonna go pick up Balbela, Carlos Balbela, sorry, that's it, from Brighton. That's who I'll be picking up, a Premier League proven midfielder who is going to be in the squad and is going to improve, and has already shown themselves to be better. But if we can get that price down, and this is kind of it's semi-speculation because Fabrizio Romano also mentioned it, if we can include Rasmus Højlund in this deal, that is a different story. Because Leipzig, so what Fabrizio said was Højlund would be the type of striker that Leipzig would want to bring in should Sesko leave. We want Sesko, we have Højlund. So there's a certain amount of United might go kind of present Højlund and go, this is an option for you. If you don't want to then go out and find a striker, we'll make the deal easier for you by giving you one. So we get your striker, you get our striker. And if we get some sort of Højlund plus 40 or Højlund plus 30 and then give him a sell-on clause, 25-30% of the future sale like you've got with Hato, that's when I would buy into this signing a lot more. But I just think it's a little riskier. It's a high risk, high reward signing. It's like that's when you're buying big young European talents. That's how it works. Sometimes you smash it. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Like Wirtz is fantastic in the Bundesliga, but at the end of the day, you still don't know 100%.
Yes, we do.
That you're gonna. Well, you don't. You don't know 100% that he's gonna come in.
I'm not gonna lie.
We don't.
Wirtz, more proven. But I mean in the way of. If Wirtz was doing what he did in the Premier League and he signed up for a Premier League team, you're kind of more like, cool, he's going to do the business. But it's from Germany. It's
Having said that, though, I do think the quality of Wirtz compared to somebody like Sesko is Wales.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not comparing that.
On the eye, you can see straight away.
I just mean in terms of how sure you can be that they're going to be good.
I get it.
Do you have taken like a Colin Mwani on loan or something? Because I feel like you guys have spent so much money in your attack now.
It depends on what it means for the other signings. This is the thing, is because we don't have the freedom to go, we're going to sign this and this and this, and they're all our top choice targets and they're all big money things. We can't do like what you've done with Chelsea and what you've done this window. It's all dependent on the impact it has on what else we do this window. So if we bring in Sesko and it ends up costing 60 mil or something, then we also bring in a great midfielder and then a backup goalkeeper or a new number 9, like a new second choice like Saint Lemens, etc. Then I'm calm with it. I'd be great with it because he's a great talent. We have Cunha and Burma who can kind of coddle him almost in the attack. Sesko doesn't need to score 25 goals next season if he comes in, because Cunha will be scoring goals, Ahmad will be, Bruno will be, Dorgu will be getting better and better. So there's not as much pressure on the striker, but there is obviously the chance, a greater chance than if we'd brought the Lap in, for example, that it might not work and we've dropped another 70 million in. It would be 180 million on Xerxes, Højlund and Sesko.
Wow.
And if Sesko doesn't work, then it's like that's 180 million we could have dropped on 5 players elsewhere. So if Sesko works, perfect. 6'5", athletic freak, great in the air, sweet. Got our striker sorted for 10 years. But if it doesn't work and we didn't sign a midfielder, and I'm like, well, we could have for someone who's more proven, like Baleba. That's when I'm like, not sure about it.
Well, Arnab in the super chats here agrees with you. He says, I'm a big follower of DR Sports from India. Big up to you all around the world. Question is, would it be suitable for United to not take a striker and keeper and instead go for Baleba? That's the problem position, really. And when you look at Sesko, and this one goes to Doyle, if Sesko moves to Newcastle, there is now a domino effect on, or maybe a delayment of Isak coming to Liverpool.
If Sesko goes to United?
Yeah, no, if he goes to United,
but if he goes to Newcastle
then
United,
it's going to happen, really.
Then
the
it'll
deal's
happen
on
quicker.
Yeah.
But if Sesko goes to Manchester United,
it causes
Newcastle
Which
still
is
then
exactly
don't
why
have
I
their
agree with
striker to
Dylan.
replace Isak.
Yeah, and then on my own bias, that's why I agree with Dylan. They need a midfielder. Go and look for him instead and let Newcastle have him, please, lad.
I like Baleba. Although I would add to that, just a caveat, Ben Jacobs came out about half an hour ago just talking about Wissa again, like Newcastle are linked with Wissa. Wissa's not even training with Brentford now. He went to the training ground and left, didn't train or anything. So like he is really pushing to leave.
He'll be a replacement though for Callum Wilson more than he's going to start, obviously, but if Isak leaves, but they need a replacement for somebody for Isak. They need one.
I thought
so
they were
even
getting
if
Isak and Ekitike to play at front together in a 4-4-2. What happened to
it's going to happen for us then instead.
I heard they're interested in Jackson. He's on the list.
Yeah, just somebody needs to go.
Well.
Can someone just sell them a striker for us?
Nunes, they're not.
They're never taking Nunes. Honestly,
they're
we've got
They're
to.
not taking.
They're
No, they're
interested.
not. No, they're
They
not.
are.
Where did you read that?
Yeah, I've
Really,
not
you
read
read
that
it
either.
yesterday?
Where? Source.
From who? I can't remember the source.
Yeah.
Did you write it as well?
Source. Gilly.
Bullshit. How can you go
Did
from
you type
Isak,
it, read it,
how
and go,
can-
I read
How
that?
can you go from Isak, Ikatike, João Pedro, and then it's like, We'll get Nunes.
Do you know what though? It's
Okay, so Newcastle are seriously considering the acquisition of Darwin Nunes after missing out on Hugo Ekitike. Nunes reportedly for sale this summer, £60 million.
He says who?
Transfer
Hines.
feed.
Who's that?
That's an
Never heard of
aggregator
them.
account.
That's on you.
That's just like some guy.
442. Have you heard of them?
That's
What,
the way the
442?
reports are coming
Football
from.
magazine.
That would be
Yeah?
the ideal
They're
situation.
the guys
for
that
Liverpool.
do the cartoons, isn't it?
No, I know who you mean, but no. Also Fabrizio Romano. So if you don't like
Would
that,
be an
then-
ideal
I
situation,
don't
similar to what
remember
Dylan was
Fabrizio
saying.
tweeting that.
Okay, well you don't need to remember because it's right there in front of your eyeballs.
Similar to what Dylan was saying about Man United, right? Liverpool we want to get Isak in, of course, but most importantly, we need centre backs. It's so important that we get them, so we can
Especially if
agree a
Canale
deal.
goes.
I mean, he's looking like he might sign a new deal. I've seen
Oh,
him.
really?
Yeah, hopefully
He's
he is.
closer
He
to
looks like
signing now
he's
than
closer now. Which is brilliant because we need him. He's
Yeah.
the future of our back line. But we need at least 2 defenders, and I don't know how much that is going to
Why? Because
cost.
of Gomez injuries.
He's already injured, mate. He's already done.
He got
He's
sent home.
injured already off pre-season. So we've only got 2 centre-backs as it stands right now. And we've got one that's 34 and Ibu, who's definitely going to get injured this season as well. Because as much as I love him, he is also an
Your
injury-prone
centre
defender.
backs are going to be playing on an island next season.
Yeah,
the
we
two
need.
of them.
It's crazy how much we need that centre-back depth. So in my mind, as much as I want Isak, of course I want Isak. He's one of the best in the world.
Because we're still able to spend 300 million
Yeah.
if we want.
Which is crazy. So what I would love is if we do get
earn
Isak,
loads of cash.
the perfect thing in my mind is somebody goes, right, so we get Isak, we ship off Nunes to Newcastle as well. We get a little bit of a discount on that now because we've given them a player. Then we go in for somebody like Mark Gay, and I know Palace are the worst people to buy from because they do not let nobody go unless they get the money's worth.
And
for
also,
them.
they could be losing Eze. So
Yeah.
they're not going to ideally want to lose
Two-star
both
players.
of them, yeah.
And then obviously I would love Gay in the team. He's a perfect replacement for somebody like Virgil van Dijk, a ball playing defender that's intelligent, he's young, all of that
He's
type of stuff.
great
But I would
centre-back.
love also a young understudy. We can't just have 3 centre backs or 2 centre backs. You have to have about 4, I
Obviously,
think.
we sold Quanza as well for 35 mil.
Which
so
is-
Damn,
I mean,
Hato really would have been perfect.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
very,
lad.
very
That's why
good.
when you said I'd done that with the desk lad because
Yeah.
genuinely,
Hato wants to play left back, doesn't he?
yeah, and we've got
I
3
thought-
already.
Yeah, so I feel like at Hato, you'd have had to convince him to play centre back, whereas Chelsea were going, "We'll play you in the
Do
position."
you know what
want to
though?
play.
It's like you play where you're told to play.
Yeah.
I know you want to play left back, but
Yeah, but,
sorry,
but in the
you're-
That doesn't
transfer,
work.
in the transfer
We tried that
market,
with
it's
Renato
his
Vega and he
choice.
kicked off a fuss and went to
Well,
Juventus.
what, Velo?
And he is off, he goes, he is going. Yeah.
He has gone. Let's go to Liverpool then, because it was yesterday that Florian Plettenberg, who isn't the tier 1 journalist,
No,
I'll be
he's
honest,
not.
he was actually the same guy that claimed that Florian Wirtz wanted the number 10 at Liverpool, and then Florian Wirtz
tier
came
would you
out
put him at? 3?
and said, I'd say tier 3, actually. But he says,
It depends
and a
where
lot
the
of
news is
people have
coming
picked
from.
it up
It's Germany,
around
it's
him, that yesterday he claimed that Isak has already agreed personal terms with LFC, which
Chef's kiss.
I don't believe, because Newcastle would want the official communications to come through then. They haven't really given Liverpool the green light yet to actually, or Isak the green light to speak to the party. Now, it is also reported that he's gone AWOL. We understand he's in Spain.
Yeah.
Um,
Training with his old
at
club.
Sociedad's training facility, working on some solo bits and bobs.
When you say AWOL, do you mean against the club's wishes?
Well, he's taking unauthorized leave.
So
and
he's
not
fully
replying
just
to
pissed
messages.
off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Which, you know, when this rumour came out, I mean, it's been around for maybe 6 months. But when I first saw this, I thought Isak is not the type of player to almost go AWOL and not reply to messages, to almost disrespect the club like that. And the change of events, really, from Newcastle fans saying he's not for sale, that he's not for sale, he's definitely staying, to now it is, well, Newcastle saying, give us an offer.
I don't know if this is the tweet you're
That was
talking
the
about.
tweet.
Is this
That
tweet you're
was the
talking
tweet,
about?
Yeah, the one from yesterday. So
No, this was 13 minutes ago.
13 minutes
so
ago.
talks between Newcastle and Liverpool over
Breaking
Isak. I
news.
mean, it's not
Breaking.
breaking,
Yeah, thank you, bro.
news. It's just the same
Who
stuff
said
that
that,
you said
Mauricio?
yesterday.
Yeah, we're all
play.
finding different ways to say the same thing, really. Isak wants to come to Liverpool. Newcastle
At
needs to
what
get a
point do
striker.
Newcastle go, okay, come on then, Liverpool, make the bid? At what point does
When
that
they get a
happen?
replacement.
Yeah, it's as
Because
simple
there's
as
no
that.
point
mate.
selling Isak if they don't have a replacement. They
But
already,
you
But
need
then
to
they
also-
already
sell
need a
that
striker
before.
because of Callum Wilson.
But do you want a striker in your club that is literally not even training, breaking rules right now, and doesn't want
you
to be
don't.
around
But
anybody?
Isak doesn't have all the power in the world here because he's still got
3 years.
3 years left on his deal. So if this deal doesn't go through, he's not going to be able to just sit in the reserves in a World Cup year and just, I don't even know where Sweden are at in that. Are they looking all right? But he needs to be playing football. Otherwise, who's going to come in for you next summer if you're not, if you've spent the whole year in the reserves or whatever.
And that'll just be a lack
And
of...
we bought
Yeah.
their ideal replacement for Isak already.
Yeah.
And we want their other one.
Maybe we just go, yeah, do you want Hugo STK? And I'm only messing.
But
It's gonna come down to they need a striker, and I'd love them to just accept the Nunes deal, right? They've seen him score plenty of goals past them. Why don't you just take him? Yeah,
No.
They
You know
also
what I mean?
desperately need to keep their position of not going. Yeah, go on.
Nunes
bid-
would be a
bid for him,
terrible
because they
signing.
need.
but who's
they
got
need
the
to-
power here then?
Newcastle.
Ultimately, it's still Newcastle because they have the contract.
But is Isak not taking away their power by just not turning up?
I think
and
he's
being
trying
AWOL?
to.
I don't think
Yeah.
Newcastle are too bothered. They know they need a replacement. They're fine to be looking for replacements. Sesko, they got people on their list, and if they get the replacement, they'll let them go. And if they don't, they won't.
Yeah.
Newcastle's
And
power.
that's
I
the idea.
It's taken a hit, but Liverpool can't just sit there and then put in a lowball bid of like 75 million in the last 3
of
days of the
course
window
not,
because
of
Newcastle will
course.
just go no.
Yeah,
And the thing is,
Newcastle
Liverpool,
can say no. That's why they still have
when
the
are
power.
Liverpool going to move on to their centre back targets? Because Liverpool need to get centre backs in
It's
before
got,
the
I
season
think
starts.
this gets done before the centre backs.
In my mind,
Financially, you'd think so because you kind of need to offset how much you need to pay for Isak first,
Yeah.
and then see how much
I
money.
think we've already done that by selling Diaz.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know, man. It's a lot of drama, isn't it?
how do you guys feel about the Diaz sale?
I'm mixed on it, man, because yes, it helps us push again for Isak, who is obviously unsettled. It's a good fee, 75 million euros. That was the fee that we held out for. It was rumoured that Liverpool weren't open to giving him a new kind of bumper contract, and I think in the end, even though I did think it was premature, because I at the end of last season I was so excited to see how Luis Diaz played for Liverpool again this season to try and retain the title, but I think in the end, when it comes down to it, he's happy, Bayern are happy, and we're quite happy actually with the fee. So it's a good move for all parties, I'd say.
Well,
But I can say that, but still be upset that he's left because I loved him so much. And the
just
song as
great
well
player
is
for
like
Liverpool.
one of the best songs ever.
I would have loved to just maximise his performance value, but it's all down to now who we get in with the money that we've just made from him. If we don't get another winger or somebody to come into that front line, then I'm going to be a little bit disappointed that we've let him go, because he's a fantastic footballer. And especially if we don't get a centre-back or something, now it's all dependent on who's incoming. Then I'll be able to decide if I'm happy if Diaz is left, because right now I'm not. He's a fantastic player. He's one of the best wingers in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He genuinely is. But
Top 5 wingers in the world.
I totally understand why he's left though. Gilly is right. He's 28 right now. He's turning 29 halfway through the season. He's 30 next year. We can't really give him a massive contract. We can't. We've just give Mo Salah one. We've just give Virgil one, and it goes against the philosophy of Liverpool. Like, we don't give 30-year-olds contracts. So it's one of them.
Elite.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Unless
them
you're
two
Mo
are
Salah
like-
Salah or
role.
Mohamed.
It's one of them, lads.
Mo Salah or Virgil van Dijk or Alisson.
The only good thing to actually come out of it is that Virgil wear the number 7 shirt. That's about it for me, lads, to be quite
He will
honest
take
with you.
the number
Unless
7,
we
won't
get Isak and we get a defender in, I don't like it, to be honest with you, lad.
At least you got that kid Rio though ripping things up, which is good.
The kid
Rio.
Rio,
Oh, his
right?
No
goal-
one speaks
his
about
goal.
Gakpo anymore. Gakpo is
I
there.
know.
Bro, he's
You know,
brilliant. He's boss.
Yeah, what people don't remember is last season, Gakpo scored 18 goals in all comps.
Yep.
Luis Diaz scored 18 goals in all comps as well.
Yeah.
So Gakpo can obviously make that position his own. Ekitike can play on that side. Chiesa looking like he's still going to leave. So
Yeah.
on the Rio thing, I mean, I asked Virgil the question in the press conference. I said, is one of the main talking points, the main positives from this tour, the emergence of Rio? I mean, I was there in January when he had his debut against Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup, and he was unbelievable. He every time he got the ball, you get off your seat because you're like, wow. He's also trained with Raheem Sterling when he was at Chelsea, and Raheem Sterling's given him a few pointers. He does remind me a little bit. He's taller, and he's still growing in front of us. Like, he's only 17, 16, so he's going to grow loads
he's
more.
quite
But
big, yeah.
he is, in terms of the profile, he does remind me of when Sterling burst onto the scene under Kenny Dalglish originally at Liverpool as a 15, 16-year-old, and that kind of ability to drop the shoulder, come inside and shoot. His goal yesterday was fantastic. And I think he's ready. I do think he's ready.
He actually reminds me of Diaz.
Listen, not to replace Luis Diaz, out and out replacement, no, but can he play 20 games in all comps off the bench? Absolutely.
He's already got a song,
Yeah.
Yeah. His name is Rio and he dances on the wing. That's how much we like him already.
Duran.
We've already thought of a song for him.
Do you guys just give songs to everyone?
We
Not
have.
everyone.
I will.
Like, no one has. You don't have to do anything.
No.
Not everyone, right? But I will say about Liverpool fans.
Yeah, you just got to be a Liverpool player.
Our
You get a
songs are
song.
the
I
best.
genuinely love our
There's
songs.
actually a new Vert song coming out. Andy Hodgson wrote it last night. Shout out to him in Japan. He's written it. So we'll
My
have to
fantasy
get
name
the
team's
lyrics
named
in.
after Vert. It's called Vert's Nightmare FC.
That's not bad.
That's
That's
what I
not bad
done,
at
innit?
all.
Sorry, how old are you?
Too old, probably.
That's not bad though. That's pretty
But
I've
in
got-
terms
I've
of
got
the Luis
Hakunya
Diaz
Matata.
replacement, the
Yeah,
Luis
that's very
Diaz
good.
replacement, Ekitike can play out there, Gakpo can play out there, Rio's obviously tearing it up out there, Wirtz can play out there as well.
Dynamic forwards. We've got interchange. This is why we want Isak, right? Because Isak,
Linked
some of
to
his
Malik
best games.
Fofana and Rodrigo still.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no world surely where Liverpool get Rodrigo, Gahey, and Isak.
No,
There's no,
no.
that kind of. or
Where's
can
this
it?
Rodrigo? Where's this?
He's
coming
just getting
from?
flogged to everybody,
He
lads.
is. He's linked
I
to
don't
every
really want
name
him.
under the sun.
Neither
Doesn't-
do
he
I.
doesn't
We don't
like
Is
need
he
him.
actually leaving Real Madrid or anything as well?
We
I'm,
don't
I'm
need him.
honestly
I've
over
not seen
him.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
so
man.
over him. Like,
Same.
I'm tired of this. Are you going to leave? Are you going to step outside of your bubble of Real Madrid and actually be a main man somewhere? At this point, I don't even know if you want to be a main man.
What if
You
he's even
seem
good
to-
enough? Like, who knows?
I
He's
don't
also
know.
24.
I just don't know if I care
something.
anymore. Like I'm over it.
Don't
You know
care
what I mean?
anymore.
Don't
I've
care.
moved on.
Don't care.
don't
I've
care.
moved on now.
Don't
this
care
guy's
anymore.
just jarring, bro. Like it's just the opportunity to leave was there. You didn't necessarily want to take it. You just wanted to kind of do up social media posts and whatnot. Sit on the bench, not come on. All right, stay there then, innit?
This is
Stay
what it
there.
is, yeah.
We're having quite the fun over in the Prem. Loads of players coming in. You stay over there then.
just before we move on to some super chats and Newcastle bits, what date? And I'm talking numbers. It is currently the 31st of July. What date does Isak move to Liverpool?
Has to be before the start of the first game, lad. It has to be. So 14th.
Bear in mind the second game is Newcastle away.
It has to be in before the
Liverpool.
10th.
That'll
Before
be
the
a
10th
hell
of
of a
August.
debut.
Before the 10th of August.
Okay, and we're at Wembley next Sunday for the Community Shield.
Yeah.
So it's got to be in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Do you
gotta
reckon it
be- he's
moves
got to
that?
get-
Do you reckon it moves that fast?
I don't know. They need to get a striker. It's all dependent on Newcastle getting a striker, mate. So just let them have Sesko.
The only reason I believe
like, they
that
need to.
it could move
Yeah, they
quite
do. No,
quickly
West Ham
is
and-
the speed
Yeah.
that he's almost gone from committed player. You know, he turned up to training and lasted 5 minutes and just walked out the other day. So I think the way he's moving at the minute, going to Sociedad, but going AWOL, not replying to messages, I think if I was Newcastle right now, I'd be like, you've got your way, go and get us 150 million. I do not want to see you get out right now, kind of thing.
But that's the point. Are Liverpool going to pay £150 million? I don't think Liverpool will pay that.
I think
that's
120,
madness.
130.
So do
You
I,
can do
yeah.
it for like 115 plus 10 in add-ons
Yeah,
or
but you'd
something.
have to
150's
accept that.
mad.
You'd have to accept that if you're Newcastle.
Would you accept? Like, I
To-
agree.
to
120 is
get you
enough.
another striker. That could
I
get
think
you
they're
two
just going to
players
sit
straight
there
away.
and go, as long as we get total package,
British transfer record.
record. Actually, no, because total package it's still
Initially,
Coutinho, isn't it? Because
I
was
said-
like
I was about to say
140.
this, right?
No,
So-
but,
That's an
but
exit,
they
though.
never got the add-on.
The best thing
That's
that
an
happens to
exit.
Liverpool, Jordan.
income in British transfer record, they're going to want minimum 120 up front.
The best thing that happened to Liverpool, right, that Jordan Jurgen Klopp's tenure at the club was selling Coutinho because it gifted us the money to go and buy Alisson and Virgil, who are two of our greatest ever footballers. So if Newcastle are actually looking at this and they know how to spend the money and they have spent it well in the past few seasons, then this could be a big break for you guys to go and buy
Yeah, but they've
somebody.
been getting rejected by everybody.
No.
And there's barely any strikers left on the market. Because you've taken one of them, and we've taken one of them, and
of them.
Arsenal
You've
taken
taken
one of
two
them.
of them.
We might take one of them. Arsenal got Gyökeres.
Yeah, so
Gyökeres, however you say it.
This whole Isak money coming in is not as appetizing as it would have been like 90 days ago.
Yeah.
They're running out of options. It's
But
Jackson.
90 days ago,
Jackson,
he wasn't for
Nunes.
sale.
Jackson,
But now he is
Nunes,
for
you've just
sale.
mentioned. Sesko's going United.
We're also open to selling Hoyland still.
Great, wonderful.
Dumping
Look at these.
ground
Look at
here.
these options.
What is going on? So
Look at
listen,
these
guys, in the
options.
chat, when does Alexander Isak leave Newcastle? Will he become a Liverpool player before the start of the new season? And Liverpool still clearly need some more players coming in. We're talking about centre-backs and maybe a replacement
Massively.
as well. Let's go into the super chats here. Fix Doyle's mic.
I think
says
it has now.
Ben, a gamer. It did get fixed.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Rio Sterling regen? How many games do you think Rio features in? I think I just said 20.
15, 20, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit more than that.
Depends how far we go in the cup.
Also,
That's a
release
nice
the
one.
files of him twisting up Trent in training, please.
Just do it, yeah. for the
Release
last now.
them
Let's do-
files.
We can have them now.
Yeah, I need to see them files.
Release
bro,
them
because-
files, you know.
Trent obsession.
No, because did you not hear the rumours?
Hey, actually, do you know?
Inside Liverpool, the videos that we put out from training, apparently just
Yeah.
they didn't put out the ones of Rio just twisting up everyone in training because it just genuinely doesn't look good for the team because Rio is just making a mockery of them. But big him up. Matisse, thoughts on the goalkeeper situation, says Juno.
There is no goalkeeper situation anymore, guys. It's done. He won the Golden Glove. He's going to be starting. I said it. Super Sanchez is going to stay. As soon as their mic.
Hang on, is this a flip flop?
No, it's not a flip flop. I want a new
Is this
goalkeeper.
Javiana's? Because I'm feeling like.
No, I want a new goalkeeper, but I know reality.
But you just called him Super Sanchez.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, sorry. You gotta make that more.
No, he's just,
more
he's just backing his boy.
Like, if you
That's all
know
he's
me,
doing.
if
It's
you
not
know
his boy
me,
though. He hates him.
Yeah, he does.
He actually hates
you
him.
know me, you know I want a
I
new
know.
goalkeeper. But
Smiling through the pain.
But it's not going to happen. And I said that as soon as Mike Maignan didn't go through and we pissed around with that deal, even though it was pretty much discounted, it's not going to happen. So look, at the end of the day, he's in form, and now I have to pray to the high heavens that he just keeps that form up until next summer.
Until he makes a mistake.
Hopefully, Penders he's going to make a mistake. Absolutely, he's going to make.
More than
He's
you
going
can
to make
believe.
many.
More than you can believe.
But it's done. The best I could hope for right now is better competition in second choice, but Jorgensen will probably be the second choice. And I just have to.
Where's your man Petrovic?
He's sold to Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, he's gone to
Oh, yeah?
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
See, I would have.
Yeah, no,
I would
my
have
brain
actually
just
had
clicked
him.
then. Yeah.
Sold to Bournemouth.
He didn't
I
have a good
actually
game
liked
yesterday.
him. Oh right, he got smoked last
Yeah.
night.
I hope I'm going to be watching Strasbourg a lot again because I hope that Penders has an outstanding season over there, and then hopefully he can just be fast tracked. So
The way you guys are dealing with Strasbourg at the minute is that needs to be looked into.
you're going to get yourself.
Crystal
You're going to get
Palace.
yourself a club soon.
It's
as well.
going to happen, lads. Yeah, it is.
Crystal, maybe Corona.
We're using it now.
Every
No,
club's
Getafe.
gonna do
FC,
it.
FC
Getafe.
Lyon.
I can't wait until you
I
get
feel
your
bad.
first multi-club model.
I feel bad for them, lad. Imagine
It's gonna
Strasbourg
be
fans
so
now.
against everything you lot believe.
I know.
And it's going to be
It's the way
beautiful.
football's going.
Look at this guy.
It's already happening, lad, with this transfer window now. You know what I mean?
Cass have got something for you. The Court of Arbitration of Sport. They've got something for you, my brother.
But you know what? Yeah, I was never for it happening, especially that early, because I just felt like we were just doing too much and we weren't
Monopoly.
focusing. Yeah. And I do believe that every football club should be its own, and it shouldn't really be on.
More than
I don't think there should be rules on where you can own multiple clubs.
Here's a
really
good
anyway,
question.
but it's too late for that now.
Yeah.
So we may as well
Giacoa,
benefit from
It's
it.
going. Yeah.
Interested to get your opinion on this. Two wasteful careers, but whose is better? João Felix or Hatem Ben Arfa?
Nothing Ben Arfa. Sorry, he made me more excited to watch football than Felix did. That's
He
what
said wait, what was the question?
Two wasteful careers,
Yeah.
but who's better?
Oh, who's better? Oh.
What, player-wise?
Well, whose career would you rather have?
Well, it's kind of
that's
hard
a
'cause
different question.
Felix's career isn't done yet. He's
Yeah.
what, 24,
No, it's not.
25.
I know, but
Ben
it's the
Arfa
way
not do
it's going.
something in League On? Is he not
Did
part
he
of
win
the team that
a-
won?
I also just like watching Ben Arfa. Ben Arfa was exciting.
Ben Arfa was quality.
That
to
goal
watch,
for
wasn't it?
Newcastle,
Newcastle when
yeah.
he took it from the
Halfway
his own
line, yeah.
Was quality to
box,
watch.
man. He's actually 38 now. Went
Did he
from
not win
Lyon,
something?
Marseille, Newcastle, Hull,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, PSG, Rennes, Valladolid, Bordeaux, and Lille.
Currently, I would
15
rather
games for
have
France.
the way that João Felix's career is going. I'd rather have Hatem Ben Arfa's career, but João Felix's career isn't done yet at all.
Yeah.
I feel like Ben Arfa is
Streets
the
won't
streets won't
forget.
forget.
By far.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
Felix will be forgotten.
See, we're
Well,
back in
because
this
Felix
pre-season
is a
with
bad
green
record.
chemistry
It's like a
lines
failed
happening.
£100 million wonder kid.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
not over yet.
It's a great
It's the same way
question.
I liked a Tarat. Remember Tarat?
Abel Tarap.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
boss,
yeah.
lad.
Street
Street
football.
footballer
He was
again.
class.
Streets won't forget him, lad. One of them
Yeah.
type of street footballers that are
Brilliant
exciting.
footballer.
Nutmeg everybody.
Can nutmeg a mermaid, him. Gotti17 says, Matisse, bar the wages, but you're dreaming of that Donnarumma move.
No chance that's happening.
40
Of
mil.
course not. Because he hasn't signed a new contract yet, has he?
Yeah.
Madness to me, that.
Delit has something for Gyökeres on match day 1, says Saint Blanco.
you believe that,
What's he
Dylan?
got?
Well,
Couple studs down the back of the Achilles.
It feels like the kind of battle that Delit would like.
mate, it's if Gyökeres starts that game, then I think that'll be a very, very good battle because Maguire's not fit enough. I don't think he's had a couple. He's come off twice. He came off at half time last night. He played 15 minutes against Leeds. I don't think Maguire's going to be starting. I think Delit will be starting in the middle of the park, and Delit will have a weird role because he's going to be battling Gyökeres if Gyökeres starts, and also Amorim's obsession with this central centre-back stepping into midfield thing. That'll be Delit's role as well. But I don't think Gyökeres is going to start. Like, I think he signed a little too late from Arsenal. I mean, he might, but obviously Arteta does like Havertz. And so
he
he
does.
might go with Havertz to start.
Bring him on at 60.
And then bring him on for a couple of minutes, and then Gyökeres will then inevitably score at Old
Batter
Trafford.
and ram at the end.
But it just depends on if Sesko can score first.
But
But
I'm looking forward to that game. a lot.
you know what, the game, it's Arsenal are favourites that game. I don't think that's fair, right? Even
They
though
don't
it's
have
at
a
Old
great
Trafford.
record at Old Trafford, though, do they?
They don't have a
don't.
good record, but like it's because it's first game of the season. It's hard to kind of you can't go off form
no
because
form.
there's no form.
Yeah.
But what it is about that game that I like is the number of debuts. There you've got Cunha and Bumo, potentially like Diego Leon from our side, and then let's say if we manage to get Sesko over the line quickly, then got Gyökeres, Zubimendi. I can't even think of who else Arsenal have signed.
Norgard,
Norgard.
Yeah, Norgard,
Norgard.
Noni as well.
Bench.
There's like 8-9 debuts that
Mosquera.
game,
That's
so
cool,
it's
that's
just
right.
going to be a game where you sit there and it's who knows. I really think it's a bit of a who knows game
That's
because
it.
anything can happen. Because it's
Looking forward
also
to it.
because United have a good record against Arsenal at Old Trafford, but Arsenal are the better team. But who knows how United are going to play
Who
because
knows if
we've
Eze will be
completely
an Arsenal player by
quite
then.
a-
exactly. This is what I mean. It's going to be a really when that team use comes out at 3:15. Interesting.
We will see.
Very interesting.
I like the
Um,
debut sort there. It's like a foreshadow for the actual season for everybody. That because there's so many new signings coming into every club. It's really good. It makes
so many
it exciting.
attacking signings.
Yeah, you're right, lad.
Yeah.
You're
So
absolutely
many
love that.
Claver says,
Exciting.
does
Yeah,
the
it
fee speak more to the quality of the player or how the player fits and performs for the selling team? Enzo could have gone for less, and had he not signed with Benfica when Chelsea came. Rishab says, Slot knows that Chelsea's their closest challenger. Arsenal and City will be fighting for third place.
Oh, you know.
No.
Nathaniel says, the Liverpool boys are in town. Big up AGT and
Bash.
Joel each and every time. And I'll big us up as well. Greg says, Sanchez over Pope. No. Not for me.
I agree.
Dan says Nunes would be a class signing for Newcastle. Fits the high intensity way they play. It hasn't quite worked out for Nunes, but he's still a Champions League quality player. I agree with that. Nathaniel says, does this Isak signing remind anyone of when Van Persie to United levels? You never walk alone. P.S. Did anyone see United play yesterday? Me neither. Hashtag average FC. Big
Van
up to
Persie.
Nathaniel each
Mid-table
and every
mafia.
time. Yeah.
Little tournament
We've
now,
also
yeah.
asked you, when will Isak leave Newcastle? This week, next week, end of the window, or never?
that one.
And at the minute, it's next week, is what you guys think is going to happen. Just a quick one before we wrap up on Newcastle getting Aaron Ramsdale on loan. Believed to be a heavy loan fee with a buy option. Newcastle will cover his salary. Was a goalkeeper necessary for Newcastle?
I don't get it, lad.
And Aaron Ramsdale.
Well,
I also
mean,
don't-
Nick Pope flying out on sweeper keeper duties the other day. I thought probably do need someone better.
But is Ramsdale better?
on the ball? Yeah.
But he can't concentrate for 90 minutes, lad.
No.
A
But
man
if you
said,
give him a little.
That was the worst
little
thing he
toy
ever
in there,
said.
honestly.
Yeah.
Why would you admit that, man?
I told you, lad, the perplexing thing to me, other than Liverpool have stopped this happening, is that nobody went in for Kelleher. Kelleher is better than Nick Pope, he's better than Nana, he's better than a lot of these
That was bad
goalkeepers.
for Newcastle.
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Newcastle, I agree. Should have gone
Crazy.
in for him.
Yeah, and like,
Newcastle
and
should
if you're
have
looking
gone
at
in
it
for him.
now,
We
like
could have
with the
done a
Isak
deal.
deal,
We could have worked with
the
them.
Isak deal, genuinely.
Even Harvey Elliott, we could have done a deal.
But I think it was done to facilitate Leverkusen getting Brentford's goalkeeper, and then also Quanta was part.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it was one of
yeah.
them in the contract, but not in the deal. Do you get like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, still 1-0 to Tottenham, by the way. 55 minutes gone at the Kai Tak. Saka and Jed Spence have been going at it, by the way, all game
I like
so
Jed
far.
Spence, you know, a lot.
Chance here for Arsenal. Ben White cuts it back, and Tottenham should be able to clear this.
This is a team that I am
I don't
looking
know.
forward
It's a
to
bit
watching,
scrappy,
to be honest.
I'll be honest. Oh, but it plays on.
Spurs
Chance.
on Thomas Frank.
Bit of a wild card
And
team
it's
because
gone
it's
over.
so different.
I rate Thomas Frank so highly. I love him. I love everything. His tactics, his man management, the way he does media. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's a
I really
great
like
manager.
him. How he answered Expression's question. I just want to see Expression's cooking FTV.
Also-
This if
Hey.
it stays the same, Expressions will be shamelessly cooking.
Just so you know, right, they don't speak Mandarin in Hong Kong. They speak Cantonese, brother, as well. So don't say ni hao, lad. And when he said that, I was like, brother.
Oh, no,
it's like
wait,
going
did
to
he?
Spain and going bonjour, Thomas, lad.
Yeah.
Although I best not. I hope he never sees this because he will cook me next time he sees me.
he
Now, like,
will
please don't
cook
see
you.
this.
No, he will cook you.
He's on
He's
holidays at the moment.
He
You're
will
alright.
cook you.
He's not. He's recharging.
But they do speak great English out there as well in Hong Kong. Right, guys, what a show. Couple more super chats. Says the lone Frigiole. Weird name. Personally, I'm sad to see Isak leave, but happy to see him challenging for major honours. He'll still be my favourite player, praying for Sesko and Wissa. Seahill
respect
says, love from Cape Town. You never walk alone forever. We love to see it. Quick one. How are we not linked to more CDs where we have an issue? I think he's talking about centre defensive players. I think once this Isak thing gets wrapped up, you will see Liverpool going in for another centre-back, and it could be a name that we've never heard of.
I was about to say, you
could
have
be.
to tell us who, because my centre-back knowledge, right, and my depth on that is not as great as I'd like
Van
it
der
to be.
Heck.
Van der Heck.
From
Brighton.
Brighton.
Underrated defender,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. He would.
Good
Do you know who I
defender.
like?
He'd be a
Nathan
shrewd
Collins.
Yeah. I
At
mean,
Brentford.
he had a very good season last year,
Do you
didn't
remember when I abused him at Anfield last year? He gave me a bit back. Remember?
he? He had a
He was
great season
diving.
last year.
Right, guys, we have spoken about Sesko to United. We've spoken about should friendlies, including North London derbies, be played outside of England. Also spoken about the latest on Isak, the alleged latest, that he's gone to Sociedad, and a bit of Newcastle and Chelsea thrown in there as well for good measure. Thank you, boys. We'll be back at 5 o'clock, myself and Dylan.
I'm not on.
Oh, you're
unfortunately,
not on.
no,
You're
not
on
today.
So I'll be back at 5 o'clock anyway with the Live at 5 transfer show. Matisse, big up to you once again.
Pleasure,
I'll see you on Monday once more.
Can I do a quick plug?
Go on.
So 2 o'clock in about 10 minutes. If you are United fans or you want to see more of me, I am on United View discussing deep into Man United, all the Sesko stuff, the game last night, Garnacho's 40 million move to Chelsea, and all that stuff. So if you want to see me in literally about 10-15 minutes time on United View's channel, I'll be there.
Love to see it, man. Well, listen, guys, we'll be back on Monday, where I believe we should have a few more of the regulars back in the starting lineup. Robbie and Flex should be back there as well. And then again, next week is almost the start of the new season with the Community Shield, the curtain raiser. Looking forward to that. But until then, until 5 o'clock, thank you to all the boys here, and thank you to you guys at home. Smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.